My name is Lynn Edwards and I'm the PRO of the Law Society of the St. Augustine campus. Law expanded this year, and for the first time at UWE there would be a full 3-year program of law, and we felt that we needed to start something, a society, to create fraternity among students, between students and administration, and really let UWE know that law is here and we are going to do great things. Now, law is one of the most important parts of society. It is what society needs to function. So we also took that into consideration in implementing this society, and what we had today was the launch of this society. We had the president-elect of the Law Association, Ms. Dana Sita-Hall, as our featured speaker. Mr. John Jeremy, former Attorney General, was here, and he is a senior lecturer in law at the university, so it was really an event that we were excited for because of these distinguished guests, and we had a production of a criminal procedure. It was extremely fun. One of our very own, Liel Bain, did a poetry performance, and we all really got into it. And what we want the university to know is that, again, law is here. We plan to have forums, talk about issues. The possibilities are really endless in terms of what we can do and how we can promote the university. So we encourage you all to join our society. We are still in, infant stage, but as we progress, we look forward to having the full cooperation of all university students, and we really want this to be a great thing. So thank you. You can contact me, Lynn, at lynnedwards90@gmail.com, or our president, Lisa Theodore. And we just ask you could drop by the law faculty if you want to know more about the Law Society and any general legal question that we may be able to help you with. We're still in our first year, but we'd be more than willing to research the information.
I prefer tutorials because, one, it's a smaller class, you get more attention, and if you don't understand anything, it's much easier to approach the tutor and, and ask and tell what you don't understand, and get everything explained. When in the lecture now, we have 200-300 students. After class, you're lucky if you could get in touch with her. Yeah.
Well, honestly, I prefer none. But to be honest, the tutorials are better because it's more interactive. You could ask the tutor questions one-on-one, you get more feedback. Whereas in lectures, you think, okay, well, if I ask questions, I'll be disturbing the lecturer. Then people would be like, why is this person talking? We just wanted to finish class early. So tutorials are smaller groups, so you get more things answered.
Tutorials, you generally learn more from the tutorials. The lectures is mainly theory, you won't really get anything from it. So it has to be a combination of both.
Because to me, they discover more in the lecture and there's in the tutorials. And then they just ask you, well, what you need to lose or what you didn't understand. But I prefer the lecture because they have everything already in a format and in order, and I could go home and do what I have to do.
The fact is, I don't think I'll learn as much in tutorials now. When some tutorial teachers are not very professional in how they go about teaching, so I don't find like the tutorial sessions are fruitful, so that's why I prefer lectures.
I prefer lectures because I'm kind of lazy, and during a lecture I could just sit down and listen and write notes, whereas in a tutorial now we have to do problems and get on the board and figure out stuff and write down code and analyze it, and more stress.
Secondary school, and I guess when we all met up in UWE, had people from different places who used to trick. So we noticed that they didn't have anything for tricking in the school. But you know, it's our worldwide community that is getting bigger and bigger. You have trickers featuring in movies such as like Anna Shafra and Tron. You know, trickers being stuntmen in Hollywood, so you never know. Trickers in Trinidad, we might get gigs and stuff. So that's what we look into head tricking is for us is just like a hobby, you know, like our sport, but we want to do bigger things with it.
I think they are objectified by men a lot because they like their sexuality and their attractiveness and everything that that they think of themselves is basically what they judge it on what guys think of them. And guys have this image of a woman that they project upon everyone else. And I think that's not fair, quite frankly. And that it is forced upon by guys.
I think that women are to some extent indeed objectified by men. Like for example, like where I live on that side of UE, I'd just be observing girls walking past on the sidewalk and stuff, and men passing in taxis or vans or whatever would just like call girls names, you know, provocative names or so. And even also so far as to they're reaching out of the vehicle and touching girls and stuff. So they are indeed seen as objects by men.
Well, in both cases, I think in the beginning it was with men using women to objectifying women, and in the end, I think they are responsible somewhat for allowing that to take place.
Scarves just like well, I think it depends on the person actually, because boys could be as superficial as women and women could be pretty superficial because a lot of guys like they judge their macho-ness and stuff on how they treat their women and how many women they could get and whatnot, and girls tend to just be superficial when it comes to things like makeup and hair and friends and you know, things like that, material possessions.
Both in it, because some fellas I know, some women too, everything is clothes, everything that are the precious gear, US stuff, all that.
I'll kind of tend to lean towards the woman in that respect if you're looking at the vanity and stuff, from that just based on my experiences and like what women like and stuff, but from my experiences in UE and like I see it every day, men do also show some form of the superficiality, if you want to call it that. Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that, for example, like from that's what I heard, so I can't really validate these cases, but like from the instances that happen at Zen and stuff, to some extent you'll see women using sex as a means to get material stuff also, but there's also the women that don't really look at that but just be who they are and are proud of who they are and don't really too much associate themselves with the using of sex to get whatever they want.
Some women do it. I don't think it's the majority, because if you look at it now, women are being more educated and they are using other means to achieve what they have achieved. So in most cases I would believe it's their sexuality.
That is a definite yes. Because most men are well, not most men, but you have men that are weak against women. Women just have to give them the access and they do it for you. Simple as that.
Some women do. I've seen it happen before, but generally, the women I know and associate myself with and have grown up knowing, they don't usually use their sexuality to manipulate people to get what they want. It can happen. It does happen everywhere. Everybody knows that. But I don't think a woman would like want to belittle herself to that point.